what's up? It's Tiffany14, and today I'm going to be threading my Webkinz nose. So basically, if you can't tell what threading a nose is, you just take some string, any color of your choice, and just stitch up the nose. It's really simple, and you only need a few things, so let's just get into it. You will need a needle and thread, any color of your choice, and embroidery floss usually works best for this. Scissors, obviously, to cut the thread, and a Webkinz. And the Webkinz has to have a string nose, but it doesn't have to be a brown dog or a golden retriever. It could be whatever you want as long as it has a string nose. I mean, obviously you can't do it with plastic. So after you have your needle threaded, you're going to want to tie a knot at the end of your needle. This is so the nose thread will stay in place and not come out. After you have your knot tied, it's time to sew up the nose. First, you're going to go in from the bottom of the nose. It might be a little difficult to get the needle in the nose, but once you have it in there, you'll know. The difficult part is coming out on the next side, but if you just kind of feel for the needle, eventually you'll get it. Now, just pull it all through. Now that you've gotten it through, you're going to want to come back down and do the same thing again. Also, you're probably going to have some leftover. Don't worry about that right now, we'll cut it off later. So go back in through the bottom. Now you're gonna want to center this up if it's not in if it's not over the nose, which isn't a problem because it's still you can still move it. But then you're just gonna want to pull until it's taut, and you've made your first stitch. So now you're just gonna want to repeat the process about 4 or 5 times. It depends how much room you have, and just keep going on that. When you are at the point where you just have to go down one more time, instead of going back up, you're going to slot it through the bottom. So horizontally across the nose. So just pull it through. You might want to adjust it a little bit. Now finally, all that's left to do is cut off the strings. You want to get as close as you can, be careful of fur, and snip. Also going to want to cut this one, which was your starting, but make sure not to cut the knot. And you can kind of tuck that away or just fluff up some fur around it so you can't see it. And congratulations, you're done. I'm just going to throw in a few helpful tips if you try this. I recommend using embroidery thread instead of what I use today. Embroidery thread is more silky and strandy, and this was more coiled and elastic, which really didn't go. It didn't really work as well. I had to fidget with it a bit, and that also led to me using a bigger needle, which was a lot more difficult. So use embroidery thread and use as small of a needle as possible, and it'll make it a lot smoother. I don't recommend doing this outside because needles and string both blend in with the grass a lot, and I lost my needle about 3 times and it was difficult to find it. It took a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was fun to do something a little bit different than normal. See you guys in the next video. Bye! Oh, a stick.